俺たちはこの世に存在するべきではない。
愚かだな、風間仁。
So Tekken 8 just dropped last night. I have been very excited waiting for this game to come out. I finished the campaign, so I wanted to share my thoughts. But before I begin, I want to give a moment of silence to the character Reina. She is just so goddamn hot. Also, just so you know, this is going to be spoiler free, so don't worry. Now to begin, I want to talk about the main theme. The main music they chose for the PS5 is just straight fire. In fact, the music in the game in general is just very well done. Except for that one song. You know the one.
Shut the fuck up.
Now, as far as fighting goes, there's really not much to talk about. Everyone's seen it plenty of times by now, and it's just very good. It's just very well done. There's really no complaints from me. All of the characters have been refined pretty nicely, and so far every character has looked interesting to me. Obviously, because it's a new game, I'm going to want to try at least every character once, but even characters like Jin, Devil Jin, Kazuya, Fane Wei, these are characters that I personally hated playing in Tekken 7. I just didn't like the way they felt, but in this game, they feel great, and I enjoy playing them. They also brought back the Tekken Ball minigame, which I found to be insanely fun, surprisingly. In fact, I found it more fun than actual fighting. Personally, I'm not into the whole metaverse, Miiverse thing they're doing with Tekken, with the mini avatars and stuff. I just think it's weird and dumb, but it does offer some interesting things to do, like Tekken Ball, for example. Now let's get to the good part, the campaign. Like I said, I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but there's also really not much to hide from you. The campaign's rather predictable, and they've pretty much already showed most of the story through the trailers they posted, but there's still certain things that happen that I'm not going to share with you, but they are cool. In general, though, Tekken 8's campaign is a lot better than 7's campaign. It has a hype intro, and it also has no more of that god-awful narrator. I remember the day Jin blew up my house and stuck a cactus up my son's urethra, and then he slapped my wife and blew her into a million pieces. I've never discovered true agony until that day. Yeah, I hope I never see that character again. Anyways, the general story is that Kazuya is taking over the world because he's just an evil bastard for no reason. And he's holding the Iron Fist tournament, and the winner's country gets to survive and watch his new world of chaos or whatever. So all of our favorite and well-known characters are entering the tournament so their country doesn't get blasted off the goddamn planet. And of course, Jin is trying to stop his father from destroying the world, but there's a problem. In the beginning intro of the game, Jin's fighting Kazuya, destroying a whole city, and eventually Kazuya overpowers Jin, to the point where Jin loses his devil powers. He discovers that he lost his powers due to an overwhelming sense of fear of failure, and fear of his father destroying the planet that he's trying to save. With Jin all tuckered out and weakened from the fight, and no longer having his devil powers, he's joined by his friends there to support him and help him get his powers back and bring him into top shape so he can fight his father. I don't know what's with all these characters sucking this guy's dick, but they're being overly supportive and accepting of a guy that literally started World War III back in Tekken 6. It just feels weird and cringy, but I also get it. They're trying to push the whole, he's the chosen one, he's the last hope for humanity, he's the hero that will save us all. Which I understand, but to Jin, this is a vengeance with two graves situation. He's not expecting to come out of this a hero. He just wants to stop a bigger evil. I'm also not a fan of the whole Avengers Endgame trope that games have been copying. Ever since that movie came out, they always have a giant battle with all of the characters together, like, this is it, this is our final moment, all the events have led up to this very fight. People are also complaining about the multiplayer and how the servers are garbage, but that's just day one release, that's just inevitable. But overall, the campaign was great. I enjoyed it. I'm usually not into the weirdness that Japanese games usually have, but Tekken has always been a nice mix of like that weird, I don't know, like that weird Asian humor and also just being cool. So does Tekken 8 live up to the hype? I'd say yes. It's just a great game. Great characters, great story, great fighting, everything about it is just great. So that's all I really got to say about it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to check out my other videos, they're pretty low effort, but I still enjoy making them. And making commentary videos like this is pretty hard because I stumble on my words all the time. I'm like a baby with CTE, but yeah, hope you enjoy. That's all.
ではお手合わせお願い